Right. Welcome, everyone. This is TEXAN Tailgate Onboarding Series, Episode 1. This is going to be more or less kind of like spinning up a new series where we try to, meet people where they're at, people who are coming into crypto for the first time. And we're just going to be, teaching, training, coaching, mentoring, and just being that foundation for education and giving a lot of great resources as well as best practices. And joining us tonight we have Angela and Buddy. Thank you so much. How are you both doing this evening?
Doing
Fantastic. Thanks for asking.
doing fine, thank you.
Great.
And thanks
It's
for
so Yeah, no, thank you. And it's really, I'm glad that we're able to get together and sit down and take a look at this because I know when I first got into crypto, I kind of felt a little overwhelmed, like I was in over my head. People were
Mhm.
using all these language, the slang terms, and I'm like, I have no idea what these people are talking about. And it's a process, but once you learn crypto the right way and you understand like what DeFi truly is and what this is about, it really becomes less intimidating and it's just a lot easier. And it's always good when the internet is up and running. So we tried to get this up about 10 minutes ago, but the Wi-Fi here, the router just didn't want to cooperate. So, but I'm glad we were able to find a time that worked for everybody. So just tell me,
Just glad it's not our problem for once.
yeah, no, it,
We,
it,
we
it
live way
can,
up the sticks, so it's always a
yeah.
roll of the dice.
Yeah, absolutely. And the funny thing is, the internet's been working here all day until I came into the room. And then I'm like, okay, let me check, make sure everything's plugged in, that I didn't accidentally yank something loose. And it's like, whoops, yep, I did.
Oh,
So, but tell me how
oh,
Yeah.
now that is us.
getting involved with the TNM and moreover, like what was your initial impression and experience that got you crypto curious?
You kind of froze up, but your question was what got us into TNM and crypto?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Um, okay, well, in both cases, I think I started it, and then she just uh, rolled with it, and so I found the TNM through a friend around 2020, and got into it. Got into the petition campaign that went back, not this current one, but the one before, and started um, doing the CPC thing and gathered petitions, and then one day, Angela, I think it had a lot to do with the feds labeling homeschooling parents domestic terrorists. She's like, "That's it. I'm on board. I'm all in." So she just ran with it, and crypto. You know, I so I got around the same time, maybe 2019. I got a decent side job. I'm a welder. I was doing some. I got this really decent side job just dropped in my lap that made me some good money, and I had been keeping an eye on, or just been keeping an eye on Bitcoin. I didn't own any Bitcoin at the time, but just watching it, it was like I got some spending money now for once, and I was keeping an eye on Bitcoin. I was like, this is when it was like $3,500. I'm like, there's no way this is not forever bottom. I was like, I'm I'm gonna I'm gonna buy one Bitcoin and hold on to it till it goes to 10,000, and I'm gonna sell it and never look back. And then uh, it went to 10,000, and it went way above it. And all this time, I'm that because I was invested in it, it forced me to learn about how crypto works, especially Bitcoin. And I quickly became a hodler, and I was like, "There's no way I'm so." There's some times I kick myself for not selling it, but um, that's how I got. That's how we got into crypto, and then of course the TNM and TEXAN token come along. Free crypto, heck yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the thing I've noticed most when I got into crypto is like it once you get into one crypto project, you soon find yourself getting into another and another because there's all kinds of stuff like free claims, airdrops, or you're just like, ooh, I got to have this, I got to have that.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing Bitcoin back in 2008, 2010. And of course, I was much younger at the time. So my interests in life were just not on money and finance. And I thought it was just like a weird social experiment that was just okay. This is like an internet version of like it was basically uh, Venmo and PayPal before we had those. And I was thinking, okay, this is like money on the internet. I looked at it as just risky gambling, like you're throwing your money away. It's like no different than walking into a quickie mart and buying a lotto ticket and hoping that you're going to hit it
Yeah.
big. So um, man, it totally surprised all of us when you see just how people can come together and decree their value. And I got into crypto July of 2021. It took me a while. I had a very thick tinfoil hat on for a long time. I looked at it as, oh, it's just fake, internet money. It's just people, playing silly little money games on the internet, no different than, stock market. And then I had a friend of mine was like, okay, well, where do you think our money comes from the Federal Reserve? What do you think that actually is?
Yeah.
So, um,
Yeah. What's the real fake? What's the real monopoly money?
yeah, absolutely. Except when they run out of money, they just issue slips, IOU slips, which they technically the bank never runs out of money. But I'm glad both of you are here, and if you can just tell me, have you downloaded? Do you have a wallet? Have you had any experience or interactions?
We
If
have,
anything,
go ahead.
just anything DeFi related.
We have right now we have our TEXAN token on the MetaMask wallet. I have our Bitcoin on a Ledger cold wallet, and
Excellent.
my intention is to once we stake this TEXAN token to move it to a cold wallet.
Okay, so you already have a cold wallet set up, correct, with Ledger?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, so the good thing
And
about
I had to don't take for granted that I know in and out how this works. It was a chore for me. So I'm definitely not. I'm a lughead. I turn wrenches and weld stuff and tune carburetors. I don't do stuff on computers unless I'm forced to. And it's I'm
okay, so
you can baby me when it comes to walking me through stuff.
that's fine. There is no time limit on this. I am going to be sharing screens, and I'll be going over just the necessary steps and best practices. And if and of course, once this is all said and done, if there's anything you need to go back and look at, you can always rewatch the video. And if there's anyone else on the TNM side of things, as far as coordinators go, that would like to learn more about crypto, just hit me up and let me know, because this is like a continuous series that I want to do to basically help train the trainers, because that's what we did with the Ophir crypto team. Uh, myself, Immutable, David Lee, we trained the trainers before they could go into these churches over in the Philippines and train these missionaries and pastors on how to interact with the Ophir smart contract. They had to first learn themselves. So shout out to Firestarter 88, Doc Vince, the entire Ophir team. They actually have something called the Ophir Academy. So they're, just, on top of it. They're killing it as far as adoption, and, education is the best way to proceed forward.
Yeah.
So with no further ado, we will go ahead and get started. So I'm going to share the screen here. So most everybody that I know of that comes into crypto, it's almost like a rite of passage. We all, go through what is called the MetaMask wallet. And I think it's a good foundation, a good place for someone to start as far as like learning the controls and learning how the wallet operates and whatnot. But there are some things that I am going to, just advise you on in advance. This is a product that is owned by JP Chase Morgan. It does have some features to it that does collect data from your IP address, and we can go further into that. And the reason why I'm telling you this is because I don't want to influence your decision one way or the other, but I want to be as transparent as I possibly can so that people know exactly what they're getting into. And it is safe to use. There's nothing wrong with it in terms of that, but from as a proponent of DeFi, decentralization and trying to have more self-custodial over your privacy and your digital assets, there's just some things that just kind of, me personally, I'm kind of like, I'm not a big fan of that, but we do have some alternatives, and I can show you here shortly. So first step when we're getting involved in crypto is you're going to download a wallet. And as I mentioned before, MetaMask is usually, that's how most of us came to be in crypto. It's sort of like the rite of passage, but we have to find ways to secure our wallet. And let me see. Can you see the screen I'm on now for the Keystone?
Yes, we can. Oh, no, not Keystone. We still see MetaMask.
Okay, so I'll stop sharing that screen. And, okay. All right. So now we're on the Keystone.
Yes.
Okay. So one of the things, once we download a wallet, we really want to emphasize the best practices on protecting your private key, which I'll go ahead and pull this up. You can see the MetaMask wallet.
No, still see Keystone.
Eh,
It doesn't want to flip back and forth for you.
No, it really doesn't. So let me see here. Get rid of this. Okay, so I see. Let me see. Give me one moment.
Yeah.
Let's see. Present. Share screen. Entire screen. That's what. Okay. I think this would be. Now, do you see the MetaMask?
Yes.
Okay, great, because I was only sharing one specific screen. So every wallet that you're ever going to download, it's going to come with like either a 12-word or a 24-word seed phrase. And on your MetaMask wallet, for example, you go up to right here. Right now, we're connected to Pulse Chain testnet v4, which is what we'll be using later to go over like how to connect to TEXAN.cc. And if we were to create a stake and do that. That's what we'll be using. The good thing about testnet is that if you mess up or make a mistake, it doesn't actually count. It's basically just testnet tokens. It's to help people, get a little practice in before you're actually, moving funds around and interacting with smart contracts. So, for example, here, I just clicked on here that says select a network. So it gives you the choice. Ethereum is the main network, and we got Pulse Chain, testnet v4, and then we can also connect to Pulse Chain if we need to. So every wallet, let me see right here. No, come back. Yeah, so once you download a wallet, the most important thing is going to be protecting your seed phrase. So under security and privacy in the settings, reveal secret recovery phrase. So this is something that your wallet is actually more like a key ring. You don't actually have the crypto in the wallet. It's on the blockchain. We're able to know a private key, but we're not able to really take custody of our crypto. What the private key in the wallet does is it sends a cryptography, which is a digital electronic signature that shows that that private key has ownership of the crypto. So you can move it back and forth between wallets. Now, this is something that you never want to share with anyone else. This is something that you do not want to store online or send to an email or any cloud-based service. This is something that you want to take your 12 seed words and you want to rearrange them in an order that only you would know the combination to. Or you could take a word out, but then you would have to remember what that one word is. And if anybody ever asks you for your seed phrase, they are a scammer, and you immediately block and delete, report, and you never give your seed phrase out to anybody. So, any questions so far?
No,
we're good there.
Okay. So the other thing, I know, Buddy, you had mentioned that you already had a ledger and you wanted to stake the tokens. Well, and actually have it on the cold wallet. So one of the things that I do is I will create a hot wallet that serves as kind of like a dummy wallet. It's not my real wallet. So what you can do is, let's see, click on account. So add account or hardware wallet. And we're going to hit add hardware wallet. And do you see the screen where it says ledger or Trezor?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So you have a ledger. So, so what you would do if I actually had a ledger on me is we would select ledger, we would connect. And once you have your ledger device that's inserted, into your computer, laptop or desktop, it would search for it and you would unlock it. And from there, you would be able to use your hot wallet, because that's what this MetaMask is right here. It's just a hot wallet. It's connected up to the internet. It doesn't, it's not connected in the sense that it can be read or deciphered, but for safe long-term storage, I've always recommended folks go with a cold storage wallet that is stored offline, because you have the added protection of 24 seed words instead of 12. And then that ledger device has like a 4-digit PIN, and you have to have the ledger and the 4-digit PIN and connect it up to the wallet in order to go through with the transaction. So if this wallet right here, the main one, ever got compromised, you don't have anything to worry about because you can always use your Ledger or Trezor device on a. You can always create another hot wallet. So that is what I
with the seed
recommend.
phrases, right? Correct. With
I'm
the seed phrases.
Yes. So you already have your 24-word seed phrase with the Ledger, correct?
Yes. Yeah. Mhm.
Okay. So basically, whenever you go to connect a hot wallet, we just go right here to account one. We click on that. Then we click on add account or hardware wallet. And then we're going to click at the very bottom. And this is not going to require you to enter a seed word or anything like that. You're basically, you got your Ledger connected to the computer. You select Ledger, you scroll down, you hit continue, and it's going to search for the device. And as long as you've unlocked your Ledger device, it, it would pop up right here. You would click on it, and then you would connect that. So I think what y'all want to do is just do like a TEXAN stake on the Ledger, which is cold storage, which is the right way to go, anyways.
Okay.
So the next thing I was going to show you is this is something that I've used before. It's a product known as Keystone. Now, what this does, let me see, Keystone tablet. These are basically metal engravings that you can purchase online. They're relatively cheap. Now, if you're good with tools and if you're good with like metalworking, you can actually take a piece of scrap metal and do your own metal engraving. I've had some people tell me that. But when it comes to seed phrases, most people will typically make multiple paper copies. But if those paper copies ever get wet or there's a fire, this is where the Keystone would come into play because they are titanium and uh, they are fire resistant. And I mean, you can throw them around, bang them around, and this is basically just like a backup for your private keys. So if you're interested in this at some point, you can certainly do that. One good rule of practice is I dropped off some encoded seed phrases, paper copies with people who I trust, which are not too many, but I also have these. But a lot of the horror stories that you'll hear about people who lost their Bitcoin back in the day, usually people, a lot of times, if they upload seed phrases to like a cloud-based storage or an email or some sort of app on the phone, and then it gets uploaded to the cloud. That's where a lot of people over the years were getting very heavily exploited. So
I was thinking about tattoos, but I might do that instead.
no, I mean that could certainly work too. I don't think you would ever forget at that point. So, but no, I mean the biggest emphasis is really just keeping your seed phrase private. And of course, if you're ever going to order a Ledger or a Trezor, we always recommend that you order directly from the manufacturer's website because we have.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard stories about like you try to go to like Best Buy or something. There's the possibility that they could have been opened or tampered with. So yeah, you always want to order directly from the manufacturer when you're looking to purchase a cold storage wallet. So I'm going to go ahead and close these out. And I would say, are either of you, have y'all onboarded with like any sort of centralized exchange yet?
I have a little bit of Bitcoin on Coinbase, but all the TEXAN token is on the MetaMask wallet, and that's all we got. That's
Okay.
the
Okay.
extent of our crypto.
Gotcha. No worries. So, once we download a wallet, the next step, of course, is securing the seed phrase and backing up our seed phrase. And cold storage is always one of the most recommended, safest ways to go. Like if you're looking to store like up to $1,000 or more, and you're looking to do some very big long-term stakes, then that's where cold storage comes into play. And of course,
Mhm.
the next steps is going to be like funding your wallet. Most people, will either wind up, usually like Kraken or Coinbase is one of the most popular ones. Just a forewarning, they do not have support for the Pulse Chain network, which Texan is on both Pulse Chain and Ethereum. So I do have some resources for both of you to cover here in a minute. Uh, but basically, as far as like PLS, which is the native token you would need on the Pulse Chain network, um, centralized exchanges, majority of them are not going to have it, but we do have a native uh, fiat on and off ramp, which is 0xcoast.com. So one good rule of practice is to, be onboarded with a couple different exchanges. I have a Kraken and a Coinbase, which I haven't used in quite a while, but I have been using 0x Coast because they are one of the very few places that has created a fiat on and off board ramp to Pulse Chain to get your value onto there. So, uh, y'all have any questions so far?
Not really, no. I'm tracking. Some more.
Okay. So one of the we'll cover pulsechain.com. So this is a really good website to go to. It's very informational. It gives you a lot of great links, live on-chain statistics at gopulse.com, which you can also, I believe you can also purchase PLS, which is the native token used for gas. So if you have any PRC20s, copies on that network, that's where you would go. And you can also hit add pulse chain to MetaMask. And of course, it's going to tell me that I need to switch the network. So that's the nice thing, is it automatically loads pulse chain for you, so you don't have to do it manually. But if you do ever have to add a network manually, this is where you would go to do it. And they do require certain information on here that you have to put in. Um, but like I was saying, the thing with MetaMask is for the Ethereum network, they do have an RPC on there, which is what connects you to the blockchain network. It is called Infura, and it has been known to, collect data from individuals why they are on the computer. It's basically kind of like a backdoor way to identify wallet addresses to IP addresses to basically see who's got what in terms of crypto. Now, I mentioned earlier that there was an alternative, which is the internet money wallet. So if MetaMask is not the route that you want to go, uh, we do have options here. This is Internet Money. It's a father and son team. It's brother KG and Don Montoya from the Internet Money team. Shout out to them. They are building the very first native Pulse Chain wallet that is exclusive only to this network. And they do not collect any data whatsoever. It is 100% truly decentralized. And I will go through this here in a little bit. Let me see. Can you see this screen?
Yes, your Google search. Yeah, there
Yes.
we go. Okay, yeah, now we see it. Yes.
So on this screen, I've already downloaded the Internet Money wallet. So right here, it'll ask you, Are you new to crypto? So we'll go ahead and we'll acknowledge that. We'll basically say yes, that we are. And it's going to give you a lot of great informational resources getting started, understanding the basics. And then we're going to seed phrase. In a couple months, moments, we'll generate your seed phrase. And it's basically your seed phrase. Like now, some wallets will generate 12-word seed phrases, like your MetaMask hot wallet, and then some wallets will generate 24 words to give you like that added security. But as always, if someone asks for your seed phrase, consider it a scam and hang up the phone. Goodbye. So I'm going to click yes, understand. It's going to ask to set up a password. Okay, I got to click I understand. So let me set up a password. All right. Now it's going to tell us that it's generating our wallet. Congratulations, wallet successfully created. And this is just going to be for testing purposes. This wallet will not be used for any funds, but it's going to say reveal seed phrase. So right here, this is an example, your seed phrase. Never share this with anyone. So by the end of this video, I'm going to ghost this IM wallet, and I'll create another one for future use. But basically, these are the words. These are the order of the words. And whenever you are trying to repopulate a wallet, this is what you would have to use to, like, if you needed to gain access back to the wallet. And like I was saying before, encoding your seed phrases, you could rearrange the words. Like, for example, the letter, the number 7 word with the number 14, or something that's meaningful to you, something that you can figure out. Or you could take a word out. So if somebody ever did get a hold of your seed phrase, it would be completely useless to them. They would, and even if you encode it and mix the
Airplane, gotcha.
Get started. So this is going to be our wallet, this right here. So we click on account 1, similar to what we did with MetaMask. And if you look right here, the last 4 digits of our wallet is BBA8. So that's how we know what our wallet is going to be. So we go ahead, we click on it. It automatically connects us to the Pulse Chain network. If we want to add tokens, we have them that are already here that have been added for us. So you get the nice UI experience. You get the nice ticker symbols. So we're going to scroll down. We're going to go to, let's see, TEXAN. If I can find it.
There it is.
There it is. Are you sure you want to add TEXAN? Yes. Okay. So now we have TEXAN. So if we wanted to change the network, we just click up here. We're on Pulse Chain. We want to click and change it to Ethereum. We change it back to Ethereum, but then we have to add the token because we're on the Ethereum network, which is no problem. I'm not seeing it.
A small problem.
Yeah, so this is a good example of searching for a token address. So sometimes when you're dealing with wallets and you're trying to import a token, you need to know what the token address is. Now, we have to be very careful when it comes to this, because anybody can create a fake or malicious token, which can, as soon as you go to interact with it, it can have functions like, draining your wallet of funds and doing things that, that you're not expecting. And people do create fake malicious tokens, and they will use the same ticker symbol as Texan. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go back to where we were. So when it comes to finding the correct token contract address, you always want to go straight to the source.
Okay.
And we're at texan.cc. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on View Texan Contract. Now it's going to take us to Pulse Chain. Right here, Contract Address Details. This is the token contract address for Texan token, and it's the same on Ethereum as it is on Pulse Chain.
Okay.
So what you want to look for is you always want to look for the last four letters and numbers, which ends in 88D7. And then you want to look at the first four, 0xCF. So we know that those match. So we can go ahead and we can click copy, because this is oftentimes too long to type out manually and we can make mistakes. So let's go back here to Internet Money Wallet, and we will paste that in here. And as soon as we pasted that, the Texan symbol auto-populates as Texan. The token precision number, or the decimal number as they call it, is automatically populated, and we hit Import Token. Now, for some reason, it's not popping up like I would like it to with the ticker symbol like it does on Pulse Chain, but they are in the process of working on, they are constantly working on upgrades to this wallet, and it is a much cleaner UI experience. So we can still add an account just like we did with the MetaMask. So if you wanted to connect the ledger, connect hardware wallet, ledger, and with your ledger plugged in and turned on, you would be able to add your ledger to this basically a dummy hot wallet, and you would be able to access that. So I'm going to show you how we access texan.cc using the Internet Money Wallet. And I'm not boring either one of you, am I?
No.
No,
But yeah, it's like drinking from a fire hose. But,
yeah. So, so for texan.cc, the first thing we do is we hit Stake TEXAN, and then it says ready to stake TEXAN. We're going to hit Connect Wallet. It's going to ask us, do we want to connect to Pulse Chain or Ethereum? I'm just going to select Pulse Chain for now. So with the Internet Money Wallet, the way that you connect to dApps is going to be through Wallet Connect. So we're going to copy the link. We're going to go back to the Internet Money Wallet. We're going to go to Settings. We're going to scroll down. We're going to hit View Connected Apps. And we want this to connect to account 1. Now, if you had your ledger already connected, you would select like ledger 1 or ledger 2 or ledger 3.
Okay.
But we're going to connect it to account 1 for right now. We're going to hit connect. Yes, new connection request, connect. Okay, so now we are connected to texan.cc. So now we're going to hit connect wallet here. And now it's reading our wallet address. We are now officially connected. And our wallet address for this wallet ends in BBA8. So we would hit create new stake. And this is going to be where we create our endowment. So I'll just type in 10,000 and we'll click on 22 years. So if we were going to stake TEXAN in this wallet, which we'll do it in the MetaMask because that's where all the testnet tokens are, the fields auto-populate, and it shows you right here what the yield curve is going to be, because in Texan, the added benefit is it's more of like a longer pays better type bonus.
Mhm.
So the longer you remain staked, the more that you will earn. So right here, endowment principal is 10,000, endowment supply reserved. So if we stake 10,000 Texan tokens for 22 years, the yield would be 188,486. And then right here in the green, it tells us what we would earn, both principal and rewards at the end of that time period. So it's really nice having this table right here to kind of help you, basically does the math for you. So when we're done and we're finished with ADAPT, let me see. So basically, if we were back in our wallet and we wanted to disconnect from TEXAN.cc, we would go to settings, we would go down, we'd hit under wallet connect, we'd hit view connected apps, and we would go ahead and we would just disconnect. And now our wallet is no longer connected. And every time we are finished, with ADAPT, we always want to disconnect our wallet. We don't want to leave our wallets connected to the front end. It's just good security. So now we go back to TEXAN.cc. It says ready to stake. We are disconnected. So we would have to reconnect and do all that fun stuff all over again. But we have a testnet wallet, and I'm going to let both of you decide how much and how long we're going to stay staked for. So we have in our first column, this is what's known as TPLS, which is just test pulse. So on Ethereum, you would have what's known as ETH, which is what's going to be used to pay the validators to add your transaction to the blockchain. They're basically, the blockchain is basically just like a giant internet Excel spreadsheet that keeps record and tracks of, all transactions, what people are buying, selling, staking, uh, all banks use an online digital ledger to keep track of, what's in everybody's account. And I think I've got about, I don't know if this is 10 billion or 100. I'm getting to a point where I think I need glasses.
Too easy.
I wish we had commas. It would make it easier. But
Yeah.
So this is going to be on the Pulse Chain Testnet v4. So we're going to hit Stake TEXAN. We're going to hit Connect Wallet. Oh, come on now. Okay, we're going to connect to the MetaMask. So MetaMask is like it's because it's so popular and widely used. It is going to be the default offering for connecting to these dApps, and dApps just stands for decentralized applications. Is basically what that is, and we are going to. Let me see. Did I switch to? Oh dear, it just switched me to. Keeps wanting to automatically default me to Pulse Chain. I'm trying to connect to the test network, but it's not wanting to do that. Let me see. It says account 1 connected. Wallet. No, I don't want that.
Mhm.
Yeah, so for some reason, TEXAN.cc is not letting me, it's not letting me connect with the, to the Pulse Chain V4 testnet. I'm not sure why, but I can try something here in a minute. Let me just disconnect. So for MetaMask, right here, it says account 1 connected. I'm going to click on that. I'm going to click right here. I'm going to disconnect from the account. Close that out. Let me pull up TEXAN.cc again. All right. See if this might help clear out browsing data. Okay, let's try this one more time. See if I'm. Wish I had some background music in there. It would make this a little less.
I can hum for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe now.
This will switch the selected network and MetaMask to a previously added network. Yeah, I think maybe I'll have to ask somebody on the TEXAN team and see if we're still able to connect. Maybe I'm not doing something right, but
Mhm.
basically, whenever you go to connect your wallet, whether it's through MetaMask or internet money, you're going to declare the amount right here, the amount of
Mhm.
TEXAN token that you're going to want to stake. And you can type in the number of days, anything from 1 day to 8,036 days, which is up to 22 years. So if I select, if I were to stake 1 million TEXAN tokens for the max of 22 years, the yield on that would be 18,848,624. So right here in the green, it basically tells us, 19,848,624 is what you would get at the maturity of that stake. So you can set up multiple stakes. Obviously, I personally think the yield curve starts to get really good around, years 7 through, I would say 7 through 16 is where it really starts to take off. But the great thing about TEXAN token is that you have the ability to scrape your interest at any time without penalty. And like, let's say you decide to stake for 10 years and the the yield is going to come out to about 3,156. Well, if you wanted to scrape that in year 3, 5, or 8, you could do that. But once you do that, it resets back to the 5% annual yield base. And let me see with TEXAN. Let me go ahead and disconnect from this for now. Go ahead. Yeah.
I was curious about whether I'm storing after staking, whether we're storing on a Ledger cold wallet or a MetaMask river. Does that greatly affect how easy it is to scrape interest?
So the functions of the smart contract are going to they're going to work no matter what. Whether you are using a MetaMask wallet or an internet money wallet, all the functions in the endowment smart contract for TEXAN token, they are what we call immutable, meaning it cannot be changed, it cannot be hacked, it cannot be turned off. So no matter which wallet you use, even if it's a ledger, you'll be able to do everything that you need to do.
I'm guessing there's probably just a few more steps involved. The more hard your wallet is, right?
Um, no, not necessarily. When you select the ledger through the hot wallet, uh, you would basically be connecting like right here, for example, this right here, account one is your hot wallet. So you would change this to you would change it to ledger. You would see ledger one down here. You would just select that.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you go to hit connect wallet right here,
So it's basically all the same steps.
yeah, it's all the same steps. So right now, by default, the only wallet we can connect to is the MetaMask hot wallet. But once you have your ledger added to your hot wallet, you'll be able to select that, and then you'll be good to go. So the hot wallet that serves as kind of like a dummy wallet. That's pretty much like that's not your real car. That's just a rental car. So your ledger, that is your Cadillac. That's what you want to drive around, town, and that's so this is more of like just a rental vehicle that you're using, and you're basically using it as like a kind of like just a proxy and intermediary to access your cold wallet. And then when you're done, you just disconnect from the DApp, and then you unplug your ledger device from your computer, and you're good to go.
Okay. You're
So-
probably going to cover this. Do you recommend when when staking, because you have all the different amounts of time, do you typically split up? I mean, is that kind of what is suggested, is splitting up the token, the amounts in different stakes, or?
So one of the things that you can do is once you get like an investment strategy going, uh, some people like to do like 80% stake, 20% liquid, 70% stake, 30%. So the good thing about, is you want to have a certain amount that's dedicated, like how many stakes do you want and what are the time frames that you're looking at. So keeping a certain percentage of your allocation liquid allows you to take profits. Like once we get into this next upcoming bull run, which could take place anywhere after April 2024 towards Q4 of next year, because usually once we have a Bitcoin halving like once every 4 years or once every 240,000 blocks, the supply is cut in half. So basically, typically after Bitcoin experiences its all-time high, that's when you start seeing a lot of money flow into altcoins. So you want to be able to have some liquid set aside so that you can take profits. So you have some that are staked away and some that's liquid. So,
Okay.
but I know in other smart contracts that don't have scraping functionality, people who are like pretty much 100% staked, they will emergency in stake, and they get heavily penalized for that. And we saw that happen a lot in the Hex community. And
Okay.
because you see the price going up on the charts, and you're like, wow, I really want to take some profits, but I'm all staked up. So the only way for me to get access to my liquid tokens is I have to break the stake. So in the traditional finance world, if we were to have like a banking CD, like a 7-month CD at 5% interest, and we were to like get into our 401k earlier than what we're supposed to, then we get penalized on it. So a lot of these same penalties that exist in the traditional finance world also exist in the digital DeFi world too.
Okay.
So did you guys have any other questions?
I don't think so. I'm gonna have to go back and watch the replay of this.
Yeah.
So I got some more things to show you while we're at it.
Yeah, we're good.
We're all eyes.
Alrighty, so so like I said before, whenever we're going to be adding tokens manually to our wallets, we always want to go straight to the source.
Yeah.
And TEXAN.cc, that is the source for, that is the main website. We hit view TEXAN contract. It pulls up what's known as Pulse Chain Blockchain Explorer. This is basically where all of our transactions get recorded on the blockchain. This is where we're able to basically kind of see basically like a record history of all our transactions. So we always want to verify the last 4 letters and numbers, the first 4 and the last 4.
Okay.
We want to make sure that we are adding the official correct token contract address to our wallet. Now, whenever we're going to be interacting on what's known as the Ethereum network, we have right here what is etherscan.io/gas tracker. Now, what this does is this basically tells us what the gas costs are. So all gas fees, which are basically the native token of the blockchain. So for example, on the Ethereum network, the native token that you pay to have your transactions validated and added to the blockchain is going to be an ETH. So let me refresh, make sure this is current. There we go. So right here, this will kind of give you an idea of, these are different settings. So standard is going to be like, these are gas settings that you can adjust in your wallet as well. But the standard gas setting right now for Ethereum is going to be 18 gwei. And a gwei is the smallest unit of Ethereum. So they're basically, about 68 cents. Average time to confirm transactions, 3 minutes, which don't believe that. That can vary. So you got fast, which is 17 gwei, and you got rapid, which is 21 gwei. So basically what this means is this is more like low. This one is medium. This one is high. So the more that you're willing to pay for a transaction, if you adjust the settings in your MetaMask wallet, let me see if I can pull it up here. It will basically determine how fast your transaction gets added to the blockchain. And I'm going to see if I can find it. I haven't messed with MetaMask in quite a while, but it's like riding a bike. It all comes back to you. I don't. But when you go to perform a transaction, it will give you the option to increase the gas or to set a particular setting for the gas. Now, typically for Ethereum, Monday through Friday is going to be like the busiest time. That's going to be the peak times when people are using the network, and the more users that come onto the network, the more that you can pay in gas. And I always advise people to come here first and take a look at Ethereum gas tracker to kind of see what the current gwei is. This is not too terrible at the moment, but of course this is like a Sunday evening. So typically on the weekends, like either early morning or late evening, that's typically when your traffic congestion is kind of low. And if you think about blockchain, we could think about it as like a highway. The validators are like the people at the toll booth that you pay the gas fee to so that you can keep driving on the interstate. So that's one of the easiest ways to explain it. But supply and demand is what causes this to go up. Now we do have what's known as gopulse.com, which gives us all the information about the main assets of the Richard Hart ecosystem. It gives you what the current price of Pulse is. We click on stats and we go down here to gas.
Okay.
So we take a look at the Pulse Chain network currently right now to send a PRC20, which a PRC20 is, let me see right here. It's basically, it's just the token on the blockchain, the native token. So basically to send one of these tokens or multiple tokens, we're looking, current cost is about 33 Pulse, which is about 0.002 cents. So not even a penny. We're talking fraction of a penny. So to send Pulse, it's, 11 Pulse. Again, it's a fraction of a penny. And then to do swaps, you're looking at a penny, which is the most expensive, generally speaking, when you're like trying to swap from one token to another. But Pulse Chain on average is about 860 times cheaper to use than Ethereum. And it's about 1472 times cheaper than the Bitcoin network. So TEXAN token is on both Ethereum and Pulse Chain. So gas fees are, generally going to be cheaper on Pulse Chain than it is on Ethereum. But with the nature of the TEXAN token contract, if you ever end a stake late or you forget to end a stake on time, you will never get penalized for that. You will always, your principal and your rewards will be waiting for you. It just won't continue to accrue any more interest. So that is a very good feature because gas fees on Ethereum could get to a point during a bull run where demand is high. Gas fees can get really pricey sometimes, and it can really, put people kind of like out as far as, completing the simplest of transactions. So if you ever find that, if you ever find that gas fees are too high on Ethereum, just know that you can always wait on ending a stake for TEXAN.
Okay. Yeah, that's good to know.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm trying not to throw too much at
it's a lot to digest, but like I said, at least I get to go back and watch the replay. And
do you feel like after watching that, you'll know where to stake and do that?
Yeah,
you're good for that.
Yeah,
so that's what we needed to figure out was the staking. And originally we had to find out how to get my tokens, but we figured that out. And so now our next thing is what you helped us with tonight. Just so how do we stake it? And
yeah, and if you ever want to come back on here and do this again, just let me know and reach out, and we can take a look at the computer. If you ever don't want to record it, to keep your information private, we can do that too. But if you ever need anything from me, feel free to reach out to me or anyone on the TEXAN team. I know Sam Kemp and David Lee have really been trying to reach out and extend the olive branch to everyone at the TNM, just to kind of, lay that educational foundation out so that crypto, it's not hard. It's just, it takes just a little getting used to. But I definitely, your buddy is actually a lot further ahead, because having already being onboarded on a centralized exchange and having a ledger already, takes out a lot of painful steps.
Yeah.
Because when I first got started, I literally thought I was going to have to send them a, like, prick my finger, like, would you like a copy of my
Yeah.
blood while we're at it too?
Well, and I think that'll be a great thing with TEXAN and TEXAN Token having the booth and people there to interact, because I know in my local group there's a whole bunch that haven't come anywhere near crypto. So they have tokens, but they don't even know the first thing about crypto and how to get tokens. And so I'm hoping that will give them that face-to-face that they need to feel comfortable. And then I think what you're doing here, the onboarding series, and I think that's a good idea to get different local coordinators and make them feel comfortable, because yes, he's farther ahead, but I'm back at square one still learning. So this was good for both.
Yeah, and so I can use this this information that you gave us to, like, if I'm gonna try to do it sometime this week, maybe before the convention. Go ahead and do this and stake it. And if I run into problems, we can get back to you and
Absolutely.
maybe use that to I don't know if it helps you to know
Where we got stuck.
what dummies like us, what kind of problems we run into when trying to navigate this stuff.
Yeah, no, and there's no, I mean, there's things we can do in crypto that it just takes a little bit of practice, but I'm here for both of you. So if there's any questions or help or support that you need, just let me know, reach out anytime. This is something that I want to continue to do to help educate and train the TNM coordinators. Just to get people more familiar with crypto, because once you understand, what you're stepping into and how to avoid the scams, and you're shown by somebody that knows what they're doing and what they're talking about, like, you see all these people, you hear about people making money in crypto all the time, and you're like, well, how are people just making money by clicking buttons and buying JPEG images on the internet? And it's, but people are looking for a store of value.
Yeah.
And, and the thing is, as, as the US dollar becomes more questionable and more unstable, as it's just not backed by anything, you have people that are just looking for alternatives, whether it be gold or silver or crypto. And honestly, I foresee, DeFi really, expanding, because I foresee the stock market becoming tokenized and becoming, very much like, instead of, buying stocks through like a third party middleman, like E-Trade, you would be buying it yourself and, custodying that in your wallet.
Yeah.
But if there's anything that I can ever do to help, please let me know. And I really feel like both of you are on the right path, especially, you're already thinking like cold storage, and the ledger is your real wallet. And I like being able to connect to that, do what I have to do, disconnect, and then you just unplug it. And then your hot wallet is, it sits there. It's a hot wallet, but you're not really utilizing that. But some people do use their hot wallet as their primary. And there's nothing wrong with that, as long as you're safe, as long as you're not clicking on malicious links, adding tokens that you're not aware of. And the other thing I wanted to let you know, when it comes to, let me see, I'm probably going to have to change this, stop screen, share screen. Here we go, entire screen. There we go. All right. So when it comes to, like, let's say, for example, I wanted to send some TEXAN token. The first thing it's going to ask me for is it's going to ask me for an address. So getting over here to the Internet Money wallet, you're able to see this, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So the Internet Money wallet, I would click right here on the clipboard, if I wanted to send some testnet tokens, and we would go back here and we would paste that. Awesome. So now it's going to ask us how much do we want to send. We could hit max, but we don't want to send the max amount of tokens. So if I wanted to send 1,000 tokens, this is telling me the estimated gas. It's telling me right here what the estimated gas fee is going to be. And this is just in test pulse. So it's not, it's not real money. It doesn't have any value or backing. So I would hit next. And now this is where it's going to tell you estimated gas fee. It's giving me an idea of what it will be like in the next 30 seconds. And basically, if I wanted to transfer and send this, I would hit send, but we're not going to do that. But once you send crypto from one address to another, it cannot be retrieved. So you really have to make sure that you're sending it to the correct address. Because it's almost like doing a wire transfer at a bank. Like once you send it, you're not getting it back.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
send a penny first and make sure.
Yeah. So the best thing to do is just whenever you're sitting down to take a look at crypto and do transactions, just do it in just a calm, like just if you got a lot of stuff going on in your house, just wait till you have a moment where you can just
it might be a while.
or wait till the kids go to bed.
Yeah.
I've tried to do crypto transactions before, and I've had two dogs come in here and fight at the same time, and I'm like, really?
Now? Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, no, we're here to help. And the thing about TEXAN Token that makes the community such a really great place is we just want to educate people to the fullest where they have the best experience possible and give you all the tools and resources that you need to move forward and be successful. Because most people that go into crypto for the first time, they get scammed left and right to the point where they just say, you know what, that's it, I'm done, goodbye. And scammers are constant. They will create fake tokens, they will create fake Telegram groups, they will create fake websites, and they will and if you are on Telegram, they will contact you. So you do have to secure your Telegram settings because they will try to message you. And they will want all kinds of information. Click on this link, connect your wallet. Nope. Just like, like if I see a phone number on my phone that I don't recognize, sorry, I'm not answering it. So, but if there's anything that any questions that either of you might have.
I'm trying to think of something, but I think you covered everything that I was curious about.
Yeah, we'll have to walk through that much of it and see. And I did have Telegram. I think David Lee was telling me that on Telegram y'all have pinned messages about securing your Telegram account, right?
Yes.
And so that's some things. That's kind of, I think when I started reading those back in the beginning, I was like, never mind, I don't want to be on Telegram, and that's kind of when I jumped out. So just that's a good thing to know too, that y'all have all those things pinned and that I can get back to it and find that. And then,
yeah, we always try to pin like the most important, pertinent information. A lot of times people like the most asked questions. I try to simplify it to where we don't have like 20, 50, 100 people coming in asking the same question. Like I try to make it as super easy and simple for people as I possibly can. I can get that information and send it to you on like how to go about securing your Telegram. When I first got onto Telegram, I was getting hit up by scammers every single day. I had my personal profile picture on there, so people obviously thought, okay, that's a real person. Let me just hit them up. And I was, I had to like, okay, I need to, this is like a vicious, but
Yeah.
it's scammers, they're going to move to whatever platform, wherever there's people at, wherever there's money being made, wherever there's an opportunity to extract value. Like the same scammers you're going to find that call you on these ghost 1-800 numbers, they're
Mhm.
online as well.
Yeah.
All we can do is not interact with them, and just when we look for the truth, just go straight to the source.
Yeah. I think that's the best advice there.
Oh yeah, yeah. So we're already at an hour and 16 minutes. It's hard to believe it's gone by this fast, but is there anything you'd like to say, or we can
Well,
No,
wrap up?
thanks for
yeah,
Yeah,
thank
no,
you.
this is sort of stuff that folks like me, folks like us, we don't really know so well. So,
Yeah. We know it's
yeah,
important. I mean, we
Yeah.
see what the writing on the wall, right? And what's coming
Yeah.
and needing a secure set of assets and stuff like that. But
mhm,
yeah, it's so brand new. And
Mhm.
even though
yeah,
you've been interacting with it a little bit, it's just a lot to take in. So really appreciate you taking the time to help us through it.
yeah. No, absolutely. And if you guys want to do this again, we can do another episode. Or if there's something you need help with, just reach out to us anytime. I mean, our main goal is to just try to teach people um, the right way to come in, and to avoid all the scams and the nonsense. And it's when as I started to in my journey, I was like, you know what, I thought this was going to be a lot harder than what I thought it was. But no, we'll all get there together. So this is just the beginning. So looking forward to doing more of these episodes. So let me
Yeah.
know. We can also get more members of the TNM if they're interested and they want to come on and learn. This is what I'm going to be prioritizing my time and energy to the most, is helping as many people that want the help as possible.
Yeah. And I think we've got a lot. I've heard several that said, "Oh, I still don't know where my tokens are." So
Oh yeah,
I think this is a great endeavor to take on. Just helping everybody one step at a time. So
absolutely. Alrighty, so this has been TEXAN Tailgate Onboarding Series Episode 1. Thank you so much, Buddy and Angela, for coming on. Uh, hope everyone has a great night. Uh, I will definitely be doing more recorded videos like this going forward. So hope everyone has a great Sunday night, and we will see you soon.
thank you.